Okay, hi, my name is Anisha. Welcome to my channel. This video is going to be all about how I found out I was pregnant. I was nervous, excited, everything at the same time, shocked and disbelief. So this video is going to be about all of that and all of the symptoms, because before I got pregnant, I always was looking for pregnancy symptoms and everything was kind of like period symptoms. So I wanted to make this video to share how I knew I was pregnant before I took the test, because I kind of knew from day one. Like I said, I knew like immediately. It was July 4th. I drank a whole bottle of champagne, and I guess sparks flew because we made baby. Okay. The first sign I had was like 2 to 3 days after July 4th. I started to get this like swooshing feeling in my stomach. It felt like if a washing machine was in my stomach, like whoosh, 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 like that. Like it didn't hurt. It didn't feel like gas. It wasn't cramps. It literally felt like a washing machine was in my stomach. I don't know how to, oh wow. It didn't hurt. It didn't feel like gas. It literally felt like there was a mini washer in my stomach, like just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. That's what it felt like. And that lasted for like a day or so. After that, the next sign I had was like, okay, before I got pregnant, I had started like a little workout journey. I joined ClassPass, and I was doing like yoga mostly. Like most of the classes I was taking was yoga, but I was doing pole fitness and like a water aerobics, and I was doing like boot camp, like just workout boot camp classes and stuff like that. So I was getting used to being active, and it was easier for me. Like when maybe like 4 or 5 days after July 4th, like I said, I like tried to go to one of these classes, and it was a lower body like booty building class. And the entire time I was in the class, I was about to pass out. My head was hurting. I was so dizzy, lightheaded. Like I was like, what is going on? Like I didn't understand what was going on with my body, and I'm just like, I didn't understand why I was so, and it wasn't even that I was tired. Like, you know when you're tired, it's all in your chest and you feel like, no. It was in my head. Like I felt woozy, I felt dizzy. I felt like, what are you doing? Like even doing the simplest things, like I was like, oh no. So this was like 4 to 5 days after conception. Like maybe 6 days or a week after conception, and a week before my period was due, I started to get light cramps, and I went to the bathroom after I peed. I wiped, and I had like a little, like one spot of blood, and I was like, okay. I don't usually spot outside my period, so I really was like confused. I didn't understand at all because I do not spot outside my period, and it was like my period wasn't due for a whole another week. So I was thinking that my period was gonna come early, and when it didn't come early, I was like, okay, what's going on? And like I said, I started to get light cramps. It was not period cramps at all. It was just like light cramps, like it felt like something was going on. Literally, that's how it felt, like something was going on. And then I was sleeping all day. I was sleeping like I wake up at 8 or 7, 8, go back to sleep till 11, 10 or 11. Wake up at that time, go back to sleep until 2 or 3. Wake up again, go back to sleep like until 6, and then I would sleep at night. Like I was sleeping, I had no energy. I had headaches, like I was lightheaded, and I'm like, what is going on with my body? I thought I was getting sick, but like I really knew I was pregnant, but I was in denial. So I was telling myself it was all these other things. And then like my boobs, they were like really bouncy. Like you know when you get period boobs and they're like hard, and like they're like a little bigger than your boobs, like you can tell they're a little swollen. You know, my boobs had got like a whole nother cup size overnight. Like they were like bouncy, and they weren't tender. Like my nipples were tender, but my boobs were not tender at all. Like they were just regular. I mean, they were just bouncy, like heavier. Like I could feel the difference in the weight. It wasn't like, I never felt that when I had period boobs. Period boobs are kind of more like, I don't know, they get bigger, but they're not heavier, if that makes sense. Pregnancy boobs are literally heavier than your normal boobs, so that's another way I knew. And then the last sign was when my period came, or supposed to come, she didn't show up. So I was like, okay, but like my period has been 3-4 days late before and it was nothing, so I wasn't worried. I just was like, okay, whatever. And then I was chaperoning a field trip for a pageant that I was a part of, and when I was packing my bag, because my period was 1 day late, I was packing my bag. I was like, let me put some tampons in here because I know my period is coming today. It's coming. Like, we went to Busch Gardens, and I'm like, first of all, I rode one ride and my head was spinning. I could not ride no more rides at all. Like, that jump was traumatic for me. Thank God. Thank God I didn't keep riding rides because it's probably dangerous. But like, I took one ride and I was done for. And then like, I just waited for my period all day. She still didn't come. That was day 2. Day 3, I was like, let me just go get a test. Like, let me just go see. So I went to Dollar Tree and I got a test, and girl, the line came up so fast on that test, and I done took so many of those tests in the past. Like, I took 1 million of them tests. The line came up so fast, I was like, oh, you pregnant for real? But I still didn't believe it, so I called my friend and I like made her look at it, and she was like, yeah, it's definitely a line there. And then, yeah, I started kind of to accept it, a little bit to accept it, but not for real. Still didn't think I was pregnant. So I told the dad, and he was like, all right, you need to get another test. And I was like, yeah, this is not real. Like, let me get the real test. Like, I need one that's like gonna say pregnant, like, cause I needed to see pregnant on the stick, and I needed to be like an expensive test so I know it wasn't an error. So like, I ended up getting one like maybe a day or 2 later, a clear blue digital, and it said pregnant, like pregnant. The other thing, it was 2 of them in the pack. One was analog, one was a digital. So the other one had the 2 lines, and then one said pregnant. So at that point, I kind of started to accept it. But I was never sad about being pregnant. I was overwhelmed. I was a little bit caught off guard, but not really, because I was having unprotected sex, so I wasn't that like caught off guard. But I've had times where I was late, but I never really felt like I was pregnant. So this was the first time like I just knew I was pregnant. I knew it. It was not even no second guessing. I knew I was pregnant. So when I actually found out I was pregnant, I still was shocked because I never had been pregnant. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't, but that's what happened. That's how I felt. I felt like really pregnant. I don't know, it sounds so stupid and repetitive, but that's how I felt, and I was very excited because I always wanted to be a mom, but I was very scared, of course. And yeah, I'm still excited. I get more excited every day. My next video is going to be all about my first trimester, because that was a whirlwind, and I have to just tell y'all about my experience. So that's going to be my next video. I think I'm going to try to keep up with this channel and make more videos, because I really want to be able to look back on this journey and see how I was feeling, and I want to document my growth, like my actual physical growth in my body. I want to document my growth as a person, and I want to share my fun-ass life. I have a fun-ass life, and it's just going to get funner with my baby, so I want to document all of that, like everything. And I want to make more videos, not just pregnancy videos, because that's whack. Like, I want to make videos like I sew, maybe sewing tutorials, I do makeup and all of that, so maybe you guys want to see that. I want to tell you how all my hair is falling out from this child and just different stuff. So if you're interested in keeping up with me in my journey, just go ahead and subscribe. Click your notifications so that you'll be able to see when I post videos, but you can expect them from me pretty regularly because I want to keep up with my journey. And if you like this video, you can go ahead and press the like button if you liked it. And if you've been pregnant before, can you comment down below if you had any of these symptoms, especially the swooshing. I've never heard anybody talk about that, but I distinctly remember swooshing in my belly. So if you had any of the same symptoms as me, comment below. If you had different symptoms, comment below, because I'm interested. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, comment below. I may or may not answer them. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. I don't know, have a great day. Thanks.